Dear students, so today I would be summing up, summarizing a bit, detailing a bit of the orientation behavior under part 4. So there are 5 types of taxes based on the movement of organisms. The clinotaxis occurs in those animals which have single receptor. Then it is tropotaxis, we have already studied, but just as in euglena, which compares the intensity of stimulus by alternate lateral movements. Similarly, in the maggots of Diptera, the light sensitive organ is a cluster of cells above and behind the mouth, and the negative response to light is compared by flexing movement of the body. Clinotaxis occurs in organisms with receptor cells but no paired receptor organs. The cells for reception are located all over the body, particularly towards the anterior side, teleotaxis. The organisms detect the stimuli by turning their head sideways and compare the intensity. When the intensity of stimuli is balanced equally from all the sides, then the organism move in a straight line. The movement of both blowfly and butterfly larvae clearly demonstrates clinotaxis. Tropotaxis is found in animals which have paired receptors as eyes of planaria. Animal gets equal inputs on both the receptors and hence it can move in straight line towards or away from light. If one eye of an insect is painted black, it makes circling movements towards the side of painted eye. Now, tropotaxis is displayed by organisms with paired receptor cells. When the stimuli coming from a source are balanced equally, the organisms show movement. Because of this, animals are able to move sideways, unlike clinotaxis where the organisms can move only in a straight line. The movement of grayling butterflies and fish lice clearly demonstrates tropotaxis. Teleotaxis is found when animal has a choice between the positive and negative stimuli, or when the animal does not have a balanced input on the two receptors. Orientation is affected by fixing the image on one side by moving the head and making a choice. Honeybee, seeing two light sources, flies to any one by making a choice. So when there is a choice which can be made between a positive and a negative, then that is teleotaxis. It requires paired receptors. The movement occurs along the direction where the intensity of the stimuli is stronger. Teleotaxis is clearly seen in the movement of bees when they leave their hive to look for food. They balance the stimuli from the sun as well as from flowers, but land on the flower whose stimulus is most intense for them. Menotaxis. This involves maintaining a constant angle in relation to the source of stimulus. Nocturnal moths have a habit of flying by keeping the light source, which usually are the stars and moon, at right angle to the body so that they can fly parallel to the ground. Now see, if we talk about various taxes, we would always imagine how with the relation to angle. Now this is very good example. When you see the nocturnal moths, they make an angle with the help of stars and moons. So exciting. But when they do the same with artificial light, that is too closer, they are forced to fly in circles. Honeybees fly from their hives to the flowers by maintaining a constant angle to the sun, as revealed by the wagging dance of the scout bees. The angle to the sun is remembered by foraging bees while watching the dance on the vertical surface of the comb. Foraging bees then fly towards the food source, maintaining the same angle to the sun. So the bees perform a waggle dance, and during this kind of a dance, an angle is fixed, is made between the sun and the source, and this is how this dance, by looking at this dance, their fellow bees are able to locate and identify the source of food. Menotaxis. This describes organisms' maintenance of a constant angular orientation as just discussed. A clear demonstration is shown by bees returning to their hive at night and the movement of ants with respect to sun. Mnemotaxis. This was first described by Kuhn in 1919. This is orientation based on memory that was studied by Nicotinbergen with his experiment on digger wasp. The wasp circles around the nest and carries a memory map of the nest and its surroundings, which helps it to accurately orient itself and return to the nest. This is also called zonal orientation and geographical orientation, which involves distance, direction, and landmarks that make topography of the area and help the animal in homing to its nest. So see, mnemotaxis is related to the behavior related to memory. Now, how the memory would act, how the animal depends on its memory is exemplified by the digger wasp. Now, digger wasp, it digs nests in the soil. Now, where it digs at the nest, then it goes for the search of food. And when it goes out to searching the food, how is it able to locate its nest again in the same area where it had digged in the soil? It makes a map. It orients itself and it makes a map, a memory map of the nest and its surrounding is made, which helps it to locate its nest in the soil for when it has to come back. Similarly, for migratory birds, the migratory fishes, how are they able to go back to the same area? If you all know, because you belong to this state of Rajasthan, Bharatpur National Park, earlier known as Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary, the cranes, the migratory birds, not only cranes, many migratory birds fly from distant areas and come there during winter season. How are they able to locate the same Bharatpur National Park? That is, it is based on their memory. This orientation is based on their memory, and this behavior of moving and locating is geographical orientation is termed as mnemotaxis. Mnemotaxis is the use of memory to follow trails that organisms have left when traveling to or from their home. So, you see, these are the terms that try to tabulate them. A prefix or a suffix can be added and it would be related to that particular stimulus. So, for example, if it is food, the prefix would be tropho. The suffix, if we add, would be trophy. Turn towards would be tropo, and the suffix would be used would be tropy. If it is attracting or it is love towards a particular thing, it would be philo, or if we want to add, or it would be philia if we add it as a suffix. Say for example, it is for light, that is photo, light. So photo, chemical, chemo, sound, phono, earth or gravity, geo, magnetism or magnetic field, magneto, and if the suffix could be on any of things related to orientation, it would be taxis. So, say for example, if it is in relation to chemical, it would be chemotaxis. If it is in relation to light, it would be phototaxis. If it is in relation to wind, it would be anemotaxis. So, directed movements with respect to a stimulus are termed as taxis. So, all these terms when we write in relation, if it is a movement, then it is taxis. Orientation. If it is an orientation, then it is taxis. Or else we use the word philia, tropy or trophy. Thank you.